sounds. Be told hi, anybody who decides to join this. Been a while. Hopefully everything is working smoothly, because I've kind of forgotten how to do this. Yeah. First time I've picked up a pen or anything in a little while. But, y'all, if you're familiar with this, pretty much should know the drill. If anybody comes in, I'll draw their OC for them, or whatever else they want me to draw. This is mainly just something for me to talk a little bit. Stuff like that. I'm not actually sure if I'm gonna get any joiners, but that's fine, because I am a-okay with just drawing for a little bit. Been way too long since I've actually picked up the pen and drawn anything. Let me try if I can get an invite link, because I'm actually seeing people. Hello! Hello, Upgrade Ninja. Hello, Cherry Berry, and hello, Taffers. Hello, everyone. Hopefully I'm able to be heard. Got no clue if I can. So this is thumbs up to everybody. Hello, hello. Me and my weird setup. I actually have something kind of cute I hope to show off in a little bit. It's not really all that impressive, but I spent about 5 minutes on this, and I have an entire board of stim stuff. I gotta turn that off because it's kind of getting annoying. But yeah, at times I can just flash you with jingling keys and stuff like that. So whenever I feel like I need y'all's attention, I just hit you with that. I think it's gonna be great. Sneak attacks of it. Hello, everyone. Yes, back a little bit. I always say I'm getting back into it, and then I do a horrible job of actually getting back into anything. So we'll see. Think I have the little thingy in the chat if somebody in this is not in it already. Y'all pretty much know the drill, I think. Just put anything in the art at me if you want me to draw it, anything like that. If you don't, that's a-okay. I am more than chill with just drawing whatever I'd like. Get that open. Do not want to end the stream. Oop, give me a second. Don't click random things, me. Alright. Where's the thing? There it is. OC sharing. I remember that too. I used to be way more active on Discord than I am right now, really. But it was always nice to have you to talk to, Upgrade. Also, this music is blasting out my ears. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. But yeah, it was always nice to have somebody to talk to, especially then, because I was like a whole lot of people in that. Pretty lonely, you know? I actually start doodling a little bit here. But yeah, it was always nice to have somebody to talk to, which is part of the reason I liked streaming as part of my outlet when COVID-19 was happening, because I couldn't really get out and talk to people. But I could sit there and chat a little bit with people who, you know, might have been halfway across the country. Hello, Flammy. How are you doing? Pretty good, I hope. Oh, I haven't. Wait, Flammy, you're gonna love this. Look, I have an entire board full of stimming things. I don't know why I'm putting them all up at once. That kind of defeats the purpose of stuff like that. But I am. So, ba-boom. Alright. I think I mentioned repeatedly at the beginning of this that it's been a little while since I've drawn. It has. So, I'm hoping I don't do horribly, because that would suck. It's been about a year, I think, since I picked up the pencil. But I was just like, you know what? I have a sort of new-ish microphone. And I kind of want to talk to some people, so I figured it might, you know, be pretty good to start drawing again, start streaming a little bit again if I can. great job. Art Fight starts... Has that already started? I don't really know. Art Fight's really cool. I like the idea of Art Fight. I generally find that I don't get into Art Fight itself all that much, though. Because I'll get into it a whole lot, and then kind of step off. How are you? Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Summer is kind of rolling around in Texas, so it's getting hot again, which is not nice. So that means everything I wear that is all black kind of becomes unbearable. It's been a year and a half. Dang. You know, I'd say I was shocked, but I'm really not. I have been streaming a little bit more on I want to be so for real, guys. I created another YouTube channel because I can never stick with one YouTube channel for long. And I've just been doing games on it. I didn't want to say anything on this, but I'm also terrible at doing what I said I was going to do. But that's been fun because it's just been me sitting with like my sister and stuff, playing video games. It's nice. Yeah, upgrade. I do not mind if people talk to me on Discord. Honestly, I should check it more often than I actually end up checking it, but I would love to talk to more people on Discord. So if you want to send me a direct message, a DM, as the kids say, I would be a-okay with picking that up. Honestly, it's just kind of nice to text people in general. Honestly, I hate phone calls so much. Can I be so real? I have to call a ton of people for work now, because I'm an assistant manager at the fast food place I work at, so I'm pretty important now. What can I say? Wink wink, finger guns, finger guns, finger guns. But... Oh, cheeks. Love that. I might make the ear a little bit bigger. Right now, I'm just kind of drawing myself. If anybody does want to send me an original character or anything to draw, that would be a-okay. I am more than willing to scrap this. I actually do have one of the cartilage piercings now, though, that my picture used to have. But yeah, Drury employed, yeah, let's go. I'm an assistant manager, so I'm very important, and that means I have to call people more, and I have to be on the phone with customers more, and I hate it. But, you know, what can I say? People say I have a voice for radio, which is not something I expected to get from customers, like every other day. But it's better than customers saying I have a face for radio. Laugh track! Alright. Eyebrows. I don't draw cohesively. I should really have mapped out the rest of the face, but I don't know, it's my face. I'm gonna draw myself with bushy eyebrows, because I do. Oh, somebody sent somebody sent their OC. Let me see if I can find that. Give me just a moment. Oh, there it is, OC sharing. Ooh. I don't know how to pronounce your username. I'm just gonna say it's, Dreary, take my son. I'm taking your son. I'm taking your son. Let me zoom in on his face right now. I love it. I love that. Your son looks adorable. I'm gonna pamper him. Let me go and pull him up, I think. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit that way I can get a better look. I like faceless characters. Faceless characters are a lot of fun to draw, especially with masks, because you get to have like a little bit more fun with where their anatomy itself is, because you aren't limited to just where their face should be, and you can push it back to wherever you want it to be, which is always lots and lots of fun. I can DM you multiple OCs that you can pick one. They're mostly furries. You know me, I am a-okay with drawing furries. I'm not great, which you also probably know, but I'm okay with drawing them, cause, wanna know what? Furries are so cute. I wish I had a better art style, right, when it came to fluffy creatures. I don't know why I'm doing such a round head. Probably because I'm holding this so weirdly. Let me move the head in general. Give me a second. Okay. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna do it straightforward too, kind of like you've got yours, because I don't know what the side of the mask looks like entirely. So I'm gonna do straightforward. But there's this one artist on TikTok that I follow who does predominantly furry artwork, and oh my god, their art style is so cute. I swear to God, you could zoom in on their eyes, right? On the eyes that they're drawing, and you can just keep zooming. It's like a mini Picasso piece in this artist's eyes. The eyes are so detailed. Okay, we're gonna do a basic shape. While I have Baldur's Gate 3 5-time Game of the Year winner of 2023 music playing in the background. Love this song. Hop off. Okay. I'm gonna do the basics of the mask really quickly. I'm not really gonna focus too hard on symmetry, because I feel like a mask like this is well lived in. And it's, oh, just subscribed. Thank you very much. Dragonleft Dimension of Stories. That is a dope name. Love that. I'm not gonna focus too much on symmetry, because I feel like a mask like this is very well lived in and worn a whole lot, right? I'm kind of getting, oh, why did that zoom in on me? I don't like that. Like never takes this mask off kind of vibe. So just kind of mapping out spots where I want this to be. Honestly, I'd love it if I could stick a picture of the OC up on the screen. I might do that here in a few minutes that y'all can see what I'm trying to draw too. And that way if anybody in the audience is sitting there, hey, turn down this music again. I forgot how loud this music is. Okay, down some more. Go on, down you. They can draw it too. Ah! Art. Terrible at this. I popped on with absolutely no preparing. I was like, you want to know what? I'm going to spend all my time actually figuring out the login to this account, because it tried to log me out of Streamlabs. And so I spent so long actively trying to find my login for this account, I didn't have any time to practice drawing before I started it up. So we're gonna see how good I can be at drawing for about a year and a half without drawing anything. Love this. Let me move the mic a little bit because I keep on looking down. Let's make the mouthpiece just a little bit bigger. From here to here, slightly wider at the bottom. There we go. All right. I might pull up an actual picture of a gas mask. Been so long since I've seen one. I'm kind of wondering if I'm drawing the... I was going to say anatomy, but that doesn't work. It's a mask. If I'm drawing this mask anatomy right, boys, let me see if I can find a picture of a ghost band member. That'll help me out here. All right. Should just copy it and drag it over the other side. That's what I'm doing. All right. I'm lazy. And that works. All right. You like my emo music? Okay, bit of lore. He's put together in a boiler room while the zombie apocalypse is happening. Yeah, he doesn't take that off. Valid. You know what? If I was put together in a boiler room, I don't think I'd take my gas mask off. Zombie apocalypse or no, that sounds really unhygienic. Alright. Very bad at drawing. Why'd I do this? Alright. I'm gonna make the eyes a bit bigger. That way they take up a little bit more room. Then I'm gonna make the main mouthpiece a bit bigger. That way it can realistically fit over the nose and mouth area. I'm gonna warp it so that it could fit a little higher, round it out a little bit more. And then I'm gonna try and round out the eyes a little bit more too. That way to give them sort of more of a goggly look. I don't know if that's gonna fit, but I also want to see if I can push a little bit more emotionlessness into it, because I felt like the sort of eyes I was giving them before had a bit too much emotion in them for emotionless mask eyes. Does that make sense? I feel like it does, so I'm going with it. Because I feel like this is vaguely... this shape is so vaguely every emotion that I feel like it doesn't give you any emotions at all, which I kind of feel like suits something that was put together in Zombie Apocalypse Room. It's crazy. I was 15 to 16 back when I started talking. Now I'm 20. Same! You know, it's so weird. And I've done, like, zilch. So, it's kind of like time flies, but I'm sitting there like, oof, you know? My birthday was not too long ago, actually. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, I'm 20, man. I'm going to be 21. I'm going to be able to drink next year. I won't want to, because from what I've had of alcohol, it kind of sucks, right? But I could. And that's a troubling thought, you know? To me, I'm still like 16. I really don't feel like an adult. I kind of feel like somebody playing at being an adult, you know? Y'all get that or no? Am I nuts? I feel like everything that people say adults should be able to do. I'm just kind of sitting here playing Minecraft like everybody else. Back when streamers were regular, I was 100% not old enough to be here. Now I'm about to be a junior. It's kind of scary. Yeah, time flies, man. Oh, congratulations, Upgrade Ninja. That's fantastic for you. Congratulations. I wish you nothing but the best. Have a picturesque wedding. Flare out at the ends. Flare out at the ends. Alright. Feel like that works. That's kind of matchy. I want it to match a little bit, but like I said, I don't want it to be completely symmetrical on both sides. You still feel like you're 12? Yeah. Thank you. I respect everybody saying that, because it feels a little like I'm going nutso when I start thinking that stuff. So I appreciate y'all backing me up. If I'm nuts, I ain't alone, and I'll take that. Actually, it flares out a little bit more, so let me stick this wider. Alright. Now we're gonna shorten this a little bit. Alright, we're gonna shrink that down. No, it's too short. I'm gonna copy it over to the other side, because I'm not doing this justice. Also, this goes down a lot lower. I don't know why I'm doing this so high up on his head. Alright. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna lift this a touch. Alright, and then copy and paste that. I'm a cheater. I'm also listening to the music I got on. I don't know why I put on my Baldur's Gate 3 playlist. 5-time Game of the Year winner of 2023, but, and I will say that every single time I say Baldur's Gate 3, 5-time Game of the Year winner of 2023, because I'm weird like that. But I decided that would be a really good playlist, but unfortunately, and it is a really good playlist, not to say it isn't, but I like to just stop talking and just listening to it, to just stop whatever I'm doing and start listening to it, which is really not a good thing when I'm just trying to be entertaining. That looks a little wonky, but I kind of love it. I feel like it's got some charm in him. Watching the stream with cookies and milk. You know, I got a Cosmic Brookie downstairs. I'm gonna turn that on while I'm talking. I got a Cosmic Brookie sitting downstairs. That is so hype, chat. I don't even know. Alright, so it's got a bit of an X right here. So I'm assuming this is like a tear. Is this a tear in the mask, a rip in the mask, or is this just to differentiate the upper half and the bottom half of the mask? Because I'm gonna leave that for you to explain, Mr. Smiley Face, so that way I can give that the correct like attention I feel like it deserves. I kind of want to treat it like a not a wound, but just as a way to differentiate top half of mask from bottom half of mask. And if I'm doing it like that, I don't want to... You have no idea? Valid. Since this here is like a rip in the mask, and I'm assuming like a rip in the skin underneath, could I treat it like sort of like I put hashtags in between the nose bridge. You see how I did it over there? Can I treat this not like, I'm gonna show my vision. I'm gonna do something, and then you tell me if you think it looks cool. Because I do like the design of your boy here. You just added things that look cool. You know what? Valid. I can't say nothing. That's like how half my OCs come into that. It's just me sitting there, and I'm like, you want to know what would be so dope? I'm not even funny. What if a space lesbian was thrust into another dimension, and somehow that turned into Doc? So I don't even know if that makes any sense, but yeah, Doc, the cringy lady, came together because I thought, what would a space lesbian look like? And then Doc happened. So just like a bit of jagged darkness right here, so we can keep the glossy base from shrinking. We can keep the top head of the half of the head separate from the bottom half of the head. That seemed good. If it doesn't, let me know. No hard feelings. More than willing to change it. Alright. Alright. Slightly round. We're going to give that, hopefully, a bit of a glossy effect. I don't really know. Common Space Lesbian W. Yeah. I'm new to my new to your Discord server. Should I introduce yourself? Feel free. If you want to introduce yourself, I'm fairly certain I did not delete the thingy that says introductions. No, we should still have an introductions tab, so feel free to do your introductions on there. We also have some roles and some, you can make your thing different. The server's really not all that serious, but whatever you feel like adding, feel free to add. I feel like that looks pretty good. Honestly, I'll take a W where I can get it. I was a little terrified. I've mentioned this 7 times, but for everybody who's new here, I was a little terrified when I was booting this up, that because I didn't have enough time to practice drawing or anything, I'd start drawing and it would look bad, but I think this looks dope. Which is why I'm so glad I started off with this OC, because this OC has so many unique features in it, right? And I like drawing unique things like this, because it gives me a chance to work on things I really wouldn't usually work on, you know? We'll give this more of a boxy type chin. So I felt like that was too pointy. I want it to be boxy. How does that look? You see, I'm also going to round off the top of his head a little bit. Yoink, yoink. That way it's not all angles. Alright. I feel like there's one thing I need to fix here, but I'm not exact. Ooh, I know what it is. This is way too low. I don't know why I made that low. I'm gonna lift it a little bit. Then we're gonna grab this. I'm gonna shift it a bit. Okay. And now we're gonna connect it. Yes, there we go. Tell me that does not feel 110% better. And I will say you are a lying liar, Say it with me now. Pants on fire. Alright. I was fixating on this one dude from Dead Rising 2 and decided I needed to make an OC for him, while I was also crazy about Christian Brutal Sniper, and thus my boy was born. I can't read, and about half of what you said I didn't really understand, but I'm with you all the way. We're getting more people. Ooh! Meant to do that. Give me a second. I gotta do this again. Come here. Make sure none of the tabs I have open are bad. Not that they were bad, just to clarify. Ugh. But I had one with, I had one Apple Wallet broadcast thing open, and I was like, I really don't want to open that in the middle of a stream. Lying liar, pants on fire. Yeah, amen. The pants on fire technique. It works. Alright, so we're gonna make that black. We're gonna go in... This is lots of red colors, so I'm gonna go with a sort of black red. I think that looks good, or should I go a little blacker? Let's go like that. We can start off, if I don't like this, I can always grab another color. But this is just gonna be the quick fill color. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for a little bit of a lighter black, just so I can do a darker black like this around the edge. I don't know. You have pretty gray blacks though, like not a whole lot of color in your blacks. So I might make the shadows more contrasted, but the colors on the edges less contrasted. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm just I'm word vomiting right now. I don't know if that makes any sense. Video games from Team Fortress fandom stuff. Oh, that's alright. I know Team Fortress 2. Mainly because I know one character in it. Alright. I'm gonna go a little bit lighter on this end. For right now, I'm gonna go with these red colors, and then if I don't like how red they look at the end, I'm gonna tone them down a little bit. I can already see myself toning down the color on some of the colors I've chosen to make them more grayscaled. But I can do that. Yeah, I'm doing that right now, actually. Because the more I look at it, the less I like. We're going to turn the saturation down on that. See, that automatically looks better. I like kind of scratchy stuff like this. Or I always have. Clean line art looks really good on people who are really good at clean line art. But my clean line art always looks terrible, man. Like, that's coming from me, the person who drew it. Yes, who? The Medic, of course. Man. Medic, top tier. I like Pyro too, which I'm assuming is what this character is based off of. Because this is a very Pyro-esque character with the gas mask and all that. But the Medic is just, he's such a mad lad, man. I mean, half of his lines from the comics are just him admitting to, like, several horrible things he's done to the crew. And the crew just accepts it each time, probably because they're all severely lead poisoned at this point. Or at least the rocket launcher guy is. Clean line art, my beloathed. Thank you! I have people lining up who admit that line art is horrible. I think we should kill all line art. I'm not sure how we would, but I think we should, alright? It would be the moral thing to do. You get me. This is also a kind of sad stream. Because you want to know what I don't have, ladies and gentlemen? I don't have any Red Bull on me. It's horrible. It's vile, I know. I haven't had any Red Bull in going on a few months now. Mainly because Red Bull is so expensive, right? I mean, it's not that much more expensive than it was, but I don't know, man. Been so long since I've had a Red Bull. They got some new flavors out. I'm probably gonna buy another one here in a few weeks. The first one in like forever. But oh, shows it. But it's gonna be so nice trying those flavors. Hopefully they're good, not horrible. Yeah, yeah, no Red Bull. No Red Bull at all. You need a Dr. Pepper. Man, you can get so much Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper's good. I used to not like Dr. Pepper, but I have so much soda at work now that Dr. Pepper's really good because I don't drink it often. So I have a new appreciation for Dr. Pepper and Barks root beer. You only do line art if you're shading? Fair, fair. Gotten 68 subs on my new channel. I upload Warrior Cat fan series there. This channel has tanked ever since I had a random video blown up and nobody turned in for other stuff. Yeah. That stuff like that is so weird. Also, send me your new channel if it's not Upgrade Ninja. Send me that if you don't mind and I'll subscribe to you there. But it's so weird what YouTube pushes, right? Because I think I've mentioned this a few times, just like randomly. I never expected the gacha stuff to get big. And honestly, I'm not really even all that proud of the gacha stuff. I like talking, I like cracking jokes at things, right? And I like some of the creative stuff that people who... I need to make this way darker. Were in the gacha community were able to do. But... shade that in. I lost my train of thought. But I don't really get why that stuff was always pushed. Because I put like the least amount of effort in, man. I'd go to the gacha cringe subreddits. I'd find the like top posts of the week. I'd crack a few jokes, snipe it in half. Man. And YouTube pushed that stuff out like crazy for a little while. I was shocked. When did I gotta try again? Animating a little bit. Animating is very time consuming. I love it. Frame by frame is very fun, right? And it's very rewarding to do. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Let me pull up YouTube really quick. Let me see if y'all are seeing... Ooh. I always forget how my boy YouTube messes with the colors that I have all selected. I promise this is much better. This is just fully black. What am I looking at right now? That came out wrong. Let me see if this updates now that I've changed the brightness on my screen. But, oh my god, that looks not good. Give me a second. I can change the colors to make this look better. So we're gonna up the brightness on that. Because I just looked on the screen to see what y'all saw my colors as, and they are very not good colors right now. So I'm gonna start messing with my colors a little bit. That way you can hopefully see them a little bit better, maybe. All right, and these colors do look a bit more cohesive, so I am going with it. But these are really not good colors. Draw Sergeant Frog, I shall do that. You're eating dinner, BRB. Alright, feel free, enjoy. Dreary, I haven't heard from you in so long. Yeah, it's been a little while since I've done anything. About a year and 6 months, I believe, or I was told, so. About a hop and a skip and a day is what I'm hearing. Let me zoom in. Oh my god. Whoa. What is happening on my phone? Phone, don't crash or die on me. I need you right now. I have to go downstairs for some water here in a minute because I am not doing so hot. I have a little bit left next to me, but not a whole can of Red Bull next to me, which is very sad. I'm crying right now. I bet you can hear the tears. You can hear the tears on stream right now. Woe is me, etc., etc. Alright. But Yeah, it was always the low quality stuff that got big, but I did kind of like doing the commentary stuff like that. If I picked up anything from the Drury channel to do a little bit more, it'd probably just be that, because it's nice to just talk, but I don't think I'd be as mean about it. I didn't like how mean some of the stuff I said came across, especially since I really didn't mean it that way. Um, but there we go. I'm gonna make that a bit more of a scarlet and less of a cherry. But other than that, I think that looks pretty good. We're gonna do some quick shading, not some really detailed stuff, because I am taking forever. So 6 OCs. The first one is Coriander, my newest Anthro OC, and the last is my new Warrior OC. Very nice, very nice. I will check those out in just a minute. Let me do this. All right. So we need some Goggle Shine. All right. Didn't do that. And then that. Then here. We're going to do a little bit. We're going to drop the opacity, make this a little bit larger so that it shows up more in the middle. All right, that looks decent. I'm gonna drop that a little bit more, and that looks really good actually. I'll say that. That looks nice. All right, we're gonna go to add. Oh, I forgot the middle grills for my little gas mask. Hey man, I think I was the most cringe on my stream, so I'm gonna say anything about other people acting a little cringe. Alright? Y'all stuck around, y'all continuously are sticking around with me, and I think I've proven how cringe I am, so, I don't think I can say anything about anybody. Alright, we're gonna go one more. Another add layer. We're gonna make this one smaller. Alright. Just to get shiny metal refractions down, or reflections down a little bit. Refractions was not the right word. And last but not least, bottom layer, multiply, just some really easy darker spots. There we go. Now I do need to add the center point of this mask, which I had just completely forgotten about for a split second. Alright. Alright. Top of this, we're gonna do multiply. Come on, stop clicking off. I hate when it does that. I like Procreate for the most part, but when it does stupid stuff like that, it kind of annoys me. Hot take here, but when thing does not do what I want it to, me angry. Grr. BRB, see ya. A lot of suggestions. Yeah, I'm very slow right now. I do want to start doing stuff like this again. Honestly, I've been wanting to for a little while. I just haven't had the kick in the butt to do it, you know? 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. I think smaller grills will look a little bit better than big grills, because I'm trying to go for like a little creepy. And I like grills on gas masks. Not like the grills, but you know what I mean. Because I feel like it kind of gives the illusion of weird teeth. And if there's one thing that freaks me out, it's teeth, man. Weird teeth, they just give me the heebie-jeebies. Alright, we're gonna do a quick glowy on the top thing right here, on top of the line art. Alright. But this will be really easy, and then we're gonna do one final bit of... Forgot something. That it did that. Alright, we're gonna copy this, bloom that. think that looks kind of cool. Like it's kind of glowing above the line art a little bit, but you can still see the line art through it. And then squish all these layers together. There we go. Alright. Then one final bit of shading. I say shading, it's really not shading. Don't call what I'm about to do shading, I beg of you. Okay. Alright. Boom. And then one final thing. We're gonna add a little pure white details. Actually, going the other way, I feel like that'll look better. Because that's following where I've already put some of the light. Ah! I hate when I randomly undo things. I think I've already said that in the past 5 minutes. Alright. Ah, yes! Doors. That was very nice. Honestly, I had fun with stuff like that. Or Living the Walls Saga. That was nice. Stick this over my intro drawing. I might steal the intro drawing. I don't know. Alright. From the year you've not been active streaming, my art has improved a lot more. Hey, pop off! If you want to show that, that would be very nice. Let me... Oh, I got this. Oh, I did not mean to ignore you the last time you sent me a message. Sorry about that. Alright, so we have Coriander. Coriander looks dope. He's 3 foot tall. Poor him. Let me skim through this really quickly. Oh, Shiza. I forget I can't be inactive. I'm gonna draw Coriander. Mainly because I like to challenge myself. And also, the idea of drawing somebody who is 3 foot tall sounds funny to me. And I like that. Alright, I'm gonna do that. Pop this open again. Lucifer! It's been a while, my good man. How goes everything? You're back? Oh, you came back at, like, the perfect time. Let me pull this up on my end. I don't know why I pulled that up on that, considering I'm not using... I'm so stupid. Alright, now I have it pulled up. Alright. Alright. Boost this. We're gonna use purple, because I feel like purple... I feel like a dark green is more Coriander's color, but I feel like a purple would make Coriander angry. He seems like he would lose his temper very quickly. And I'm not just saying that because he's 3 foot tall, but that is one of the main reasons. Drop this. Alright. Start with a really big, kind of angry looking eye. There's an eye in the middle, but there's also an eye that's covered up, so we flip that on the other side. Yeah, it's gonna be covered up by something, so I don't really care that it's a little scuffed. Alright. How do I draw things? Okay. Drawing is horrible, man. Because you don't draw for a year and a half and suddenly you pop on and you realize you have no idea how to draw anything. Alright. Do simple shapes here. I'm going to try to follow them. Alright. Bump out. And drop in. Also, I'm building this in like the weirdest possible way. I don't know why I'm building it like this, but I am. You're eating an apple? What kind of apple? Are we talking Granny Smith here? Because I will mess up a Granny Smith. But if we're talking like Red Delicious, you can have your apple. I'm gonna admit I am a Red Delicious hater. I don't know which cruel person invented Red Deliciouses and then decided to call them Red Delicious, because they are not red or delicious. Usually they're like a gross purple color. That one eye is bugging me. I'm gonna make that smaller. It's my guide eye. Ignore it. You can't see it anymore. Just that never actually happened. Red, man. I don't know. It's an apple. I don't know. The British Empire on the server is going pretty well. Not as good as it did that one time. Oh my god. When that literally did have the British Empire take over the server. That was fun. Alright. Alright, so that going through. We're gonna poke the ears up. I don't know if I can. Okay. Okay. Also, I'm looking at my drawing of me, and I don't really know why I gave myself that sharp chin. I don't know what my chin is, but sharp is most definitely not it. Then again, I look like a version of my dad, right? I feel like I would look great with a beard, and I don't feel like that's a weird thing for me to say. My dad, who I look nearly identical to, I'm gonna be so real, right? If I look at old pictures of my dad, that is just a picture of me with short hair, with shorter hair that I have right now, right? I don't know. How do I draw ears? It's gonna go straight down. That's how it's gonna go. No, it won't, because that looks terrible. Alright. That looks fine. We're going with it. Alright. We're just gonna carry that over a little bit more. Alright. Alright. But yeah, he looks like I look identical to him. Oh, I'm sorry to say I didn't stream in a while. I'm sorry. I feel kind of bad now. Yeah, I just didn't really have much motivation to stream, but I'm gonna try and do stuff like this a little bit more often for this channel. Alright, we're gonna bump that. Because I do love this channel, honestly. There's something really special about it. Coriander Pepperglen is the head of a magical is the head of the Pepper Gen branch of the Blackthorn family, a magical plant man family. Coriander is an old, snooty, flamboyant man who's quick to anger. You know? I respect that. I do. I might just... Yeah. I have never drawn a front-facing pony's ear, or horse, or anything like that. And because I don't really draw horses all that often. But they sound like they would be a pain in the neck to draw. Alright, we're gonna yoink. We're gonna yoink this down a little bit further too. That way I can... Ah! Where is this? One layer under. Ah! Stop being mean to me. Do what I want you to do and not what you're doing because the way I'm telling you how to do things. Technology. Alright. How do I do this? It kind of just looks like a drunk chihuahua. Can I say that? I don't know if I'm doing this well. I wasn't actually that conscious. Valid. I wasn't even all that conscious. This is not turning out the way I want it to. Alright, I'm gonna block this out. Here's what I'm gonna do. Alright. Baldur's Gate 3 music, guide me. This drunk chihuahua is getting covered up. I'm just gonna... I was the OG streamer. Hey, I'll take that. I'm gonna draw him front facing. I said I wasn't gonna draw him front facing because I'm bad at drawing front facing furries, but I'm also bad at drawing them sideways. Which sucks because he looks so cool. I wanted to do a really simple version of him because I have no idea how I'm gonna draw him regularly. Because I kinda suck. Alright. Here's what we're gonna do. Rough draw a circle. We're gonna draw him chibi-wise. I'm gonna try and work on drawing more, Ooh, okay. I'm gonna get a little bit more warmed up. I'm gonna keep Coriander. I'm gonna try and get a little bit more warmed up. And by the end of the stream, I'm gonna come back to him with a fresh mind on how to draw his features. And I'm not gonna suck at it. Because I feel like if I continue to do this, I'm just gonna throw my head at a wall. I'm gonna go throw. I'm gonna throw my head at a wall, pop it off, chuck, basketball style, right? And it's not looking the way I want, and I don't want to spend forever getting frustrated. So I'm gonna save this. I'm actually gonna keep this pulled up on my desktop really quickly, that way I don't forget. And I'm gonna move on to something a lot easier for me. And then at the end, we're gonna come back, we're gonna try this again, fresh mind. I'm gonna draw, I like Dead Right Now's Squirrel Girl. Let's do Squirrel Girl. Alright. I'm gonna put a reminder there. Alright, I've got this. We're coming back. We're drawing Squirrel Girl. Top of our game. I'm gonna try and make Squirrel Girl look as cute as Squirrel Girl currently looks. Make her face a little bit bigger. Now I can stand with them. Okay. Alright. I'm not giving up. I live to serve the God Emperor of Mankind, otherwise known as Coriander. I don't know if he'd be insulted by that, but I'm saying him. I'm telling him. Alright. Squirrel Girl. I'm gonna draw Squirrel Girl as cute. So do you want me to draw Squirrel Girl as cute as I can possibly make her, or as serious as I can possibly make her? So if I go cute, I'm gonna try to draw a chibi. A little chibi hair. Because that seems lore accurate. You forgot I was in the... Yeah, fair. I don't really do much on the server anyways. That's one thing I want to get into a little bit more. Was I loved interacting with people and stuff like that. But I was also really never a big fan of it anyway. I'd read through stuff that went on in the server, but I'm really not all that active on Discord. So, whatever's funnier. Alright, we're gonna go with Chibi. Because they are adorable. And I feel like serious them might stab me. Cute version of them, they'd stab me. I'd be like, pop off, queen. You're so cute. It doesn't even matter. Chibi version of them, they could do that. Real version, they would stab me. I'd be terrified. You kidding me? Alright. I'm gonna raise that ear up to about where an ear should be. Maybe not where an ear should be. Let me lower it to where I feel it should be. Alright. Alright. Tuft on one end. Toof. Tuft on the other. She doesn't We're gonna remove that. She doesn't have a human ear. She's got... I spent so long worrying about where the ears should be, and I just realized she doesn't have human ears. I might be a little nuts. A little nuts. The entire Blackthorn family is aromantic. The family has lots of dark secrets. They don't hate romance as outsiders. Family don't understand their practices, but Coriander... Ooh, rebel! Well, I see here he's very gay, so I'm not shocked he's in a relationship. I'm gonna guess it's a lucky or unlucky, I don't know. He's 3 foot tall. Is he tall for his species or short for his species? Yes, I do judge people based off their height. Yes, I am also tall. How'd you know? You got bitten by a dog approximately 4 times. Was it the same dog? I just drank my water like a madman. You could have sworn I hadn't drunk anything the last 400 years. I went to town at it, frothing, shaking, going insane. Alright. I kind of love them. Can I just say this? Okay, boxy glasses. Dude. Oh, now we got dramatic battle music for Squirrel Girl. I don't know why I keep calling them Squirrel. Nothing about them is remotely squirrely, other than, I guess, the buck tooth. But I'm going with it. Look at that. That's cute. You like the dramatic music now? You know what? I don't play Minecraft as much as I feel like I should. When I was a little kid, I was certain I was going to be eating candy all day, every day. And considering I had not one but 2 deep fried items today, you know, I'm kind of living up to that expectation. Done. Alright. I'm gonna do kind of creepy under the glasses. Like, everything is going cute. But I'm gonna do the scritchy scratchies I love. Do this slightly wider. Alright. Now, I don't know why I'm taking forever on this. I take forever on everything. What can I say? Alright. Bump this up. Alright. We're gonna follow the line of the head. Follow. Jut out. I feel like she's got more floofy hair than fluffy hair. Let me do this again. Alright, follow the line of the head. Alright, I feel like that works. That suits her. That suits them. Alright. And they got a little stick out this way. It's more of a rounded jet out. So let me do that. Bit bigger. And I can do things. The curly bobs on heads I can't do. I am so bad at them. That's why Sebastian's, my character, has such a annoying one. It's very straightforward. You're 5'2", 5'3". Oof. That's so bad. Wait, Coriander's tall. He's tall for his family. Oh, okay. He's tall for the branch, his family. Okay. Okay. Ah! Drury, how tall am I? Okay. I'm basically 6 feet tall, okay? I was rolling under the assumption that I was 6 feet tall for so long, right? I recently, as of this year, found out that technically I am just under that limit, and I'm still technically 5'11", not 6 feet. But I'm gonna lie to you right now, despite the fact that I just told you how tall I was, and tell you I'm 6... Oh, shiza. I started drawing without turning the stream back on, because I'm a little dumb. Yeah, sure. Alright. I'm gonna lie to you and tell you that I'm tall, baby. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm so tall. You're 6'4"? Damn. Why are we bragging about heights? I don't know. I blame... Who am I gonna blame here? Oh, no, I do remember. Coriander. I was asking if he was tall, then I started bragging about how tall I was. Because I'm super tall. I make his... Wait a second. I just realized this being so thin doesn't really make any sense compared to how thick everything else is. Alright. There we go. That looks way better. Line thickness, baby. I say line thickness. I hate art things, man. Can I say that? This might be the most pretentious thing ever. I hate art things. I don't want to learn. Don't make me learn things. Let me wallow in the deep. The trenches of art. Etc., etc. I don't know. Make me sound hoity-toity and I'll take it. Alright. We're gonna go orange. We're gonna go off of this. I got this way too pale. Let me boost this up after I put it in. I had a moment of, oh no, I didn't draw an ear before I realized I did draw an ear. I spent forever talking about the ear. And then I took the ear off because they don't have an ear like that. It actually needs to be a bit yellowish. Going way too orange. That looks good. That's a... No, actually, a bit more pale yellow. Less pale yellow. Wish I could copy. I wish I could just tool off. Bunch of tall people here. Yeah, what can I say? I'm great, you're not. Suffer, LOL. That's right, I said LOL. Instead of laugh out loud. Because I am hip and cool, etc. Totally not making up for anything. Crippling. Everything. I don't know. Let me drop that down. I feel like this is a bit too brown. And I'm gonna have to make it a brighter orange. Definitely. Drop lore onto me. I cannot guarantee how much I'm going to absorb, but drop it on me. I am more than willing to partake. Man, I'm getting 10 views. Steady. That's good. I like that. I was really not concerned. Concerned is not the word I'm going to use. But I was like, man, I'll stream. I'm probably going to get 3 or 4 viewers. Because that was about what I was averaging when I stopped streaming for a little bit. Was like 3 or 4. But I'm getting 7 to 10 consistently, which is not something like I'm bragging about or anything, right? But I'm pleased because I was a little bummed out by the idea that I hadn't streamed in forever, so probably nobody would make it. And I like being able to hang out with you guys because I feel like I can just talk nonsense vaguely towards my microphone. I'm not even really turning towards my microphone when I talk. I'm just kind of looking down, so the audio quality is probably terrible. But in my defense, I also have music absolutely blasting into my eardrums right now. I hope it's not too loud for you guys. I've turned it down several times for you guys. It is still extremely loud for me. But you know, something, the burdens I bear, something. I don't know. But yeah, I was a little like, I don't really know. But it's fun to see that people, you know, still willing to listen to me blab. My lore is just kind of what is the most traumatic stuff I can shove into a character. But I already talked about my space lesbian. Which I don't know why I'm calling her a space lesbian. She doesn't... sure, yeah, I'll say it. I was gonna be like, oh, that's kind of a spoiler, but who cares, really? She doesn't really end up in space at the beginning of her story. And ends up kind of killing her lover in order to go into space. But I like traumatic lesbians, so that's funny. It's not funny! I don't know, I'll just stop talking. I'm digging a deeper hole every single time I open my mouth. I like trauma. I'll leave it at that. I like trauma. It's fun. Alright. What artist just doesn't absolutely traumatize as much as they possibly can? The space lesbian? I don't know. I was talking about that maybe 30 minutes ago, maybe 40. I don't know. Time evades me. I know not, right? A character of mine. Technically not a space lesbian. I don't know why I always refer to her like that, but... man. Art. Of religious or zombie related, valid. You know, that's valid. Yeah. We're gonna put that on her. Gonna blend that out a little bit. You know, I actually started writing a god-awful visual novel. Very bad. Let's see if I ever actually finish it. That's a thing about me that kind of annoys me, even though I don't change it about myself actively. Is I'll be like, I'll do this. That's really cool. I'll put like hours of work into it, and then I'll just step away. It's a horrible visual novel, by the way, right? It's more like a kinetic novel than a visual novel, because right now there's really not a whole lot of visual stuff in the visual novel, A, but also your choices pretty much do nothing, which annoys me. But now I know why visual novels do that, because good God in heaven, that's hard to put together. I think that looks better. You're in a military college. Pop off. Don't... you are in the military. Find a way to make it so that I am immune to any military repercussions. That's probably something somebody who just joined the army would be able to do. I read things and it just kind of makes me pause. I've got no idea what the mothership is in reference to, but I'm nodding. I'm hip, etc. Alright, and then white. I'm gonna draw a little bobble. Kind of like she's being like, see, I told you so. I'm so much smarter than you. I feel like that suits her. I know nothing about her. She seems very unintelligente, but I kind of love that for her. We're going to shade her hair a little bit. We're going to draw one more character. And then I've got to come back and try Coriander again. Because I'm so slow. I've been streaming for like an hour, 2 hours? How long have I been streaming? 2 hours and 40 minutes, maybe? I don't know. Time, like I said, time evades me. But I've been streaming so long and I have 2 characters to show for it. And they're not drawn as good as I would have hoped. Alright, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I got this little cutie. Cutie patootie. Sitting over here. Alright. Drury, I may not be an OG to you, but I want you to know back then I was always excited and waiting for your next stream. I would wait patiently every week. Oh, that's so nice of you to say. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that, man. I appreciate that so many of you have showed up. This is very nice. What? Harpooners are firing on people. I don't really know what's happening right now, but I am going to draw iridescent marbles from the Rotting Corpse, which, dope name. I kind of love that. It appears to be a pony OC, maybe from the show My Little Pony, maybe not. I'm not sure. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see if I can draw this a little bit. Maybe cute. Looks nice. I'm gonna draw it sideways because I feel like I need a little bit more help drawing pony and furry characters. So I did take that. How am I doing today? Oh, pretty good. I can't complain. I can't complain. Had the day off. Had deep fried food. What's not to like? Let's look up Alright. Alright. Gonna draw that. Base of the head. Alright. How am I gonna do this? Alright. We're gonna keep that. We're gonna make this smaller. I don't know why I always draw things super huge. Probably because I have horrible vision. Alright. Alright. Make that small. I say I drew it too small, and then I automatically start off with doing stuff like huge again. Alright. Horsies. How do I draw horsies? I was just mentioning how I don't draw horses this stream, and then I start trying to draw a horse. Alright. Hello! Nice to see ya. Nice to see ya. Alright. I'm not totally zoning out. I'm not. I got this. Alright. I'm assuming that this is a My Little Pony character, and thus I'm going to try and draw it like a My Little Pony character. Trust. Baldur's Gate 3 music pop off. I don't know why I keep on calling it out. I don't know why. That's a really good circle, actually. I'll take it. It has been a while. Alright. Drop. I'm actually trying to give this some tension, maybe. Alright. I'm straight up just looking at a guide for My Little Pony character faces. So I don't know how good this is going to be. I'm gonna call myself out when I'm cheating. I'm cheating right now. I'm cheating so hard. But then again, I feel like I cheat all the time. Remember that one time I just straight up pulled a symmetry tool out mid-stream? That was so great. I agree with your fiance. Short people, can you really even consider them people when you think about it? I mean, the vertically impaired, they're like half people at best. You know what I mean? And I'm not afraid to say that. Alright. I mean, I am a little afraid because y'all are closer to my ankles than I am. And I guess y'all could go for those if you really wanted to. But, I don't know. Alright. Sort of sharp ears. This is kind of sharp ears for what I'm assuming is a My Little Pony-esque. So, making someone's character in a My Little Pony character. I think this is a My Little Pony character, so it's very pony-esque. It is a horse if it is not a My Little Pony character. So I am taking some artistic liberties. Better than artistic liberties. Bow, chicka, bow, bow. So I'm gonna draw them with kind of sharper ears, but I'm still trying to kind of keep to what I think suits the character for what this person's vision is. Alright. I don't know, I have a picture of Twilight Sparkle on my screen, man. I did not expect that in the big year of our Lord, 2025. Alright. Does that fit? No, I do. I think that fits, because they have it really sharp on this end. I don't know how ponies' ears work, man. I was roasting the fact that I use a symmetry tool, and now I'm just kind of moving it manually. But that's better. That takes more integrity. Do you have any plans for future content? I might just straight up do more commentary videos, because I always liked those. I like the commentary videos. Those were always nice. I did mention that I have a gaming channel. I don't know if I want to link that. I kind of wanted that to be its own separate thing, you know? But I might link it if anyone's interested in it. So I have done a couple of streams, and I'm also streaming to TikTok. I don't know if I'm going to do a Discord for that one. Probably not, mainly because one Discord, it's enough for me. They also have smaller eyes, so I have to keep that in mind. But I don't respond to enough people on one comment, so... Oh yeah, it was nice to see a firebug. Firelight firebug. If you have to head out, that's a-okay. I completely understand. Wish you a good one if you're heading out. It's nice to see you again for a little bit. So they're angry, so I'm going to keep it zoned in a little bit. Yeah, the Popcorn Lord! He's not here right now, otherwise I'd call him in. But yeah. Glad that people like my dad as much as I like my dad. That's nice. Alright, we're gonna zoom that over. Take that, mess with it a little bit, but not too much, I feel. Oh man, I'm cheating all over the place with this one, ain't I? Cheating. When I watch the commentary videos, I'm going to watch them all just to prove I'm a big fan. Also, when I was doing something that was quiet, I always put on a Dre video. Man, I feel that. I am just kind of horrible at silence. My sister put me on just like putting on videos when I fall asleep, right? So now every single time I go to sleep, it's one of Markiplier's Uno videos or Call Me Kevin's Minecraft One Chunk series. And it's like no in-betweens. So that is a broken alicorn horn, I think. So let me put that here. Is that what they're called? Alicorn horns? No. Might just be unicorn horns. I don't know much about My Little Pony. My Little Pony fans, if there are anybody in here, the ones that are all the ones with horns on them alicorns, or are those just the ones that have the wings too? Make this bigger. Man, I remember I used to love that show. But I do remember the infection AUs. Oh my god. From like the last year, the year before. God, that was so good. I always want to do a collab with another YouTuber, but I suck at making friends. Hey, if you have an idea of anything you'd like to do as a collab, just hit me up with it, because I'm pretty free most of the time, right? And I don't think I've done an official collab or anything like that. I could be wrong, and I just have a horrible memory with these things. But I don't think I have. So it'd be fun to see how I like plan it out and stuff like that. Alicorn is wings and horn. Unicorn is horn only. All right. So I did have the right thing, but just the wrong thing at the time. I knew what I was talking about, but not really. I'll take it. You could say I didn't know what I was talking about, but I'm not going to say it like that. Because I'm full of my... No. I mean a little, but... Alright, we're going to zoom this to the other side. Hope it gives us half circle. It does! Zoom. 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 Alright. I'm going to move this a little bit. That way it better suits what I'm doing. So slim the sides. Push that out. I don't really like the bowling ball look of that. So I'm just going to... Ah! I did like the top. No. I'm just going to manually draw this really quickly. Because it'll work with the rest of this. I don't know why I'm trying to draw that perfectly. Alright. There we go. Over the edge. Alright. Then I have the scar for this particular unicorn. So I'm just going to draw the rest of it as kind of close to the My Little Pony thing as I can. Like I said, very My Little Pony-esque. So I'm not trying to go entirely My Little Pony, but I think that's what this is. Also, I don't know how to draw horses, so this is me trying to make it a horse simpler. That way, I can draw a horse, kind of, or pony. I don't know. Are ponies and horses the same species? I don't know. There's a My Little Pony Infection AU comic I have to finish. Is that the one comic with Applejack and the couple of the kids following them around? Because I remember that one, man. I don't remember the ending, but I remember the basics of it. Senior biology or senior chemistry. Man, I am not intelligent enough to give anybody advice on anything. Alright, how does that look? Not good. Alright. We have the basics of the face done. This is more chibi, but I'm going with it. Alright. Ponies are teeny tiny cute ones. I'll take that. I'll take that. Is that the cookie game? Am I looking at the cookie game right now? I don't know what it's called. Cookie Champions. Cookie Kingdom. Alright. I feel like the hair should be over one eye, so I'm going to be kind of annoying to myself and remove part of it. Alright, we're gonna remove that because I don't know where that line went. But about half of the face that I copied over and didn't really spend much time doing, I'm going to remove. She's got long and luscious locks that I feel like would go over this. So we're going to draw it like that. Like, ah! And my battery's dying. Oh no, it was like 100 when I started this, wasn't it? I had it plugged in for a while. I don't know. Could have not been at 100. I felt like it was at 100 and that's all that matters. Alright. I feel like I need to push more of that over here. There we go. I'm actually gonna push that even further over, I feel like. Like that. So I can have it fully coming around here. Maybe have part there. Jut down. Jut up. Jut across. Alright. I feel like that is kind of good. Edgy enough. But also kind of cute. Like kind of, I'll kill you, but cutely. Must be off once more, but lovely to see you all. When Dreary checks chat, make sure to say Firebug said hello and have a nice night. Well, you have a lovely night too, Firebug. Hope to see ya. Hope you have a good time. Enjoy being busy. Means you're getting stuff done. Alright. I had something more I could have said, but I don't really know. Words are hard, man. Let me start erasing some of this stuff. Alright. And then let me erase everything under here. Bye-bye. Alright. How does that look? Decent enough? I think that looks decent enough. It kind of looks like an emoji, which I wasn't going for, but I'm going to say it was intentional. That way it seems like I'm a better artist than I am. Alright. Alright, alright, alright. Okay. So we're going with a deep gray blue for their main color. I think that looks pretty good. Let's see that on them. Feel like that's pretty good. I also really feel like I should find a way to just pull this up on stream. And when I have all of my random pictures, also for everybody here who wasn't at the beginning, ka-chow, my GIFs. I have these now. They're kind of awful to have all on the screen all at once, but I'm gonna make y'all suffer for a couple of seconds. I don't know if you're suffering from success, because all those videos individually are pretty okay, but they're kind of all terrible altogether. But I'm gonna keep it like that for a second, because I find it funny. And then I'm gonna turn it off, because I also find it extremely annoying. Alright, I'm gonna boost some white on the edge of the eye there. Bump it down with some gray here. Take them off. Yeah, they're terrible. I kind of love them. But one is funny. Like, I can have the Subway Surfer. I can have this. I can have this. They're all kind of terrible, though. Some scarlet eyes. Alright. But I do love them. Y'all misbehave. I'm either taking away or giving you the key jingles, whichever one is more threatening to you at that particular moment in time. Alright. I'm just gonna keep it flat like that. I don't know, man. Drawing's hard. Drawing's hard. Don't at me. Put the slime. Okay, you want the slime? You want the slime? I think this one's the slime. No, that's the key. This. Boom. Yeah. The slime GIF. It's kind of annoying because it seems like it should loop and then it doesn't. I'm gonna have the slime on screen for like 4 seconds, bro. You are all going to have to suffer. All of you will suffer. I'm going to sit here not looking at the screen, and I'm going to be having a grand old time. Alright. And now, bye-bye slime. Y'all are suffering. I know y'all suffer. You gotta reverse it. Man, I didn't make that. I went on Google for like 5 seconds. Just literally right before the stream started. I was having some troubles logging in, and I was like, instead of spending this time doing literally anything productive right before I started, I wanted it would be really funny if randomly I just whipped out a bunch of horrible brain rot gifs. What I need is like a fake Bistro Huddy video to be playing in the background. That's what I need. Actually, I need real Bistro Huddy. I mean, I gotta be so real. I'd eat up Bistro Huddy. Alright. Yeah. I hate this. It's twisted, it's corrupt, it restarts. Yeah. You better behave, or else I put on the video again. I didn't think I was going to be punishing the live stream at all today, but I did think it was going to be funny. So I'm glad I proved my superiority over everyone, considering I can look away. And you have to look at the screen to type your comments. Evil laughter, evil laughter, evil laughter. Maniacal laugh. That's kind of cute. I feel like that's kind of cute. Also, I feel like I made the main a bit too blue, so I'm gonna make this a bit more grayish really quickly. I think it's because they have a black background while I have a white one, so it's messing with my ability to see color. But putting the white hair next to it made it easier to see that I had gotten the color a little bit wrong. But also, I am kind of just eyeballing it, so. Man, I'm dying. I realized why I always had Red Bulls during this. Do I have Subway yeah, I do. Give me a second. I can put that on for you. Enjoy the Subway Surfers. It's also really annoying because it randomly cuts off. But yeah, you brought it up. I got Subway Surfers, baby. Give it to me, baby. Betcha. I don't know what song that is. Maybe I should not be singing that. What song is that? Probably fine. I'm gonna say that, but I'm not gonna repeat what I said. I don't know. And then, goodbye. No more Subway Surfers. Ah! I can find more. I have more ready to give to you. Y'all mention anything about brain rot, I'll give it to you. Positively or negatively. Go a bit more purple for this. Blish. Is that good? I don't know. Noise. What am I doing? Alright. There we go. Multiply. I feel like that's not really an okay blush. Is that? I don't know. I'm gonna clipping mask and a multiply. I'm gonna make this brighter because I am multiplying it. So it's gonna superimpose it as darker anyway. It really doesn't matter. More looking at undertones here, so I think I'm gonna go a bit more pinky anyways in the undertone. There we go. And then we're just gonna blur that out. Does that look cute? I don't know, man. I'm not looking at it, or I'm covering my hand with it. You're not gonna infect me. I don't know, man. You're already pretty infected with it. You got stage 4 terminal brain rot, baby. Tone that down. You want more? Well, if Upgrade wants more, Upgrade gets more. Upgrade gets more. Boom. Ferris! Man, it has been a while. Honestly, same old, you know? I didn't even look at it because I'm drawing Coriander's boyfriend. I'm going to keep the brain rot here in the corner. I'm going to make it a little smaller. For those of you who... Oh, shiza. Who don't want it. But I'm keeping that in the corner, baby. Everything is in the corner. Everything's in its spot. I gotta return on Discord. Discord, stop annoying me for like 5 seconds. I know it's entirely my fault for letting the thing time out, but still. Yeah, Ferris, it's I'm doing pretty good. You know, I see the orphan come through my work every so often, so the orphan's doing pretty good. Alright, let me drop this. Unfortunately, I'm not a janitor yet, so sad, very sad. Alright. Bump that down a little bit. Is that good? I'm gonna color in the thingamawhat's-it. And then I gotta draw coriander again. I gotta try drawing coriander because I feel like I can give this a better try technically. I know these haven't been great drawings for the next one. Yeah, man, I am. It kinda sucks, but man, I ain't done nothing, so. Alright. I'm gonna stick that there. And then these people don't know the orphan lore. Yeah. They don't know the orphan lore. I'm gonna turn off the brain rot, because that's annoying me a little bit. Also, why is this in the... Give me a second. I just realized the screen capture for this is in such a weird spot. Let me make this a tiny bit bigger for you guys. There. How's that look? That look better? Now you don't have the cinematic... Oh, shiza. You don't have the cinematic bars. Alright. We're gonna bring up coriander. Once more with feeling. We go back to it. There. I also have to restart. I hate this. Why do you do this to me? Ah! No, not that. Shiza. I just saw my face for the first time. Horrible. Alright. Okay. You want me to put on Five Nights at Freddy's Brain Rot? Man, I'll find it for you. Don't threaten me with a horrible time. Alright. Of course, that means I gotta look around for a FNAF Brain Rot person who wasn't a creep. Which honestly sounds like too much trouble. Alright. We're gonna start off with more squares this time, and we're also gonna keep him small. And I'm not gonna try and turn it as much as I was, because I was doing it very sideways. Of course, I said I'm not gonna do it as sideways, and then I immediately start off with lots of sideways. I love this song, Lon. It, of course, appears in Baldur's Gate 3, 5-time Game of the Year winner of 2023. I turn this down. And it plays occasionally in one of the resting areas. Man, I'd sit and wait for this to trigger. And I'm having trouble trying to speak for this, because words are difficult, man. Make the ears a bit bigger. I'm trying to go for kind of mean Chihuahua vibes on coriander right now. So I don't think I'm gonna get coriander's true essence, but I can probably get a little bit of it. If I can get coriander to look decent, I'm gonna take it. Put on this SMM videos from 2014. Okay. I are you really even gonna add Foxy X Mangle or Foxy X Chica? I'm sorry. Foxy X Freddy was right there. Gah. Ugh. Y'all hurt me. Y'all hurt me. Alright. Alright. We're gonna draw this. Alright. More stuff to keep in mind. Hair. Fabulousness. Alright. Trying to draw hair as I go along. That way I don't have to draw too many of these features that I'm not really going to do a good job at and then immediately cover them up. So if I draw the hair first, I can have a guideline of what all I'm going to be covering up. That way some of these features cover up a little bit. The edge of the eye, I'm having a bit of trouble with that. Are those gorgeous, gorgeous, long, luscious eyelashes, or are those scars? I'm reading things. I don't know if I can... Alright. Alright. Have that drop down. I also have to keep in mind, those look like wings on the side of the thing. I didn't even register that the first time I was drawing this lovely gentleman. So I have to keep that in mind. Alright. Let me draw that on the thingy right here. There you go, just little wings off the edge. Ah! I want my layers to be different colors. Okay. Honestly, I was a little skeptical. I feel like I have legitimately gotten better in the last 20 minutes, because my other thing did look horrible. Like, I will admit to that. It did not look good. Alright. We're gonna go this color. It is eyelashes and scars the same color as his nose. Okay. Gotcha. I thought they were eyelashes, but I wanted to double check. Alright. In that case. We're gonna draw that jutting out a little bit. We're actually gonna move this to the side a little bit. So we can jut that out. Alright. The Living Tombstone, oh my god, man. Those songs are so good. Just legitimately, that and, oh god, what's the song that's like, is this revenge I'm seeking? Or seeking someone to avenge me? Man, I'm not a good, singer, but that song is so peak, man, it's not even funny. I listen to some of those FNAF songs now, I'm not even kidding. Years after the fact, they are goated. And I will not let people lie to me and tell them that they weren't, okay? Because I know for a fact. Okay. That's his scar. Alright, very nice. We're gonna keep the eyes going in the same direction. I was originally going to swap them up to the other side, but I don't want to have to think. I'm very brain dead right now. Alright. It's been so long. Thank you. It's been so long. It's such a goated song. I think that was my favorite. like my art is getting somewhere. Maybe I should have warmed up beforehand. I don't know. I'm still ignoring the muzzle because that's what's going to be the hardest for me to do. Alright. Alright. We got eyes. That's somewhere. You saw FNAF in theaters. The FNAF movie, man, I went in a Foxy cosplay. It was a horrible Foxy cosplay. I forced my sister, not to say it was horrible. My sister did a great job, but I forced her to do it like the day before. So it was all stuff we could throw together that we had in the house. Man, it was so dope. The movie was good. Seeing so many people show up in like full-on costumes was good. Nobody even batted an eye. It was so great. Because they were just kind of all like, yeah, of course there's going to be people showing up in costume. This is the FNAF movie. I'm just glad it didn't go down the Minecraft movie way. I'm sorry. I'm sure it's a decent enough movie, but seeing how many like grown adults and stuff are throwing things at the movie theaters makes me kind of disappointed in adults in general. Is that a snout? That looks like a snout. That looks reasonable. I don't know. I'm gonna cover it up halfway. Mainly because that's partially what you did, but also mainly because I feel like the more I cover it up, the better it'll look. Oh, yeah. I especially loved the end credits when the Living Tombstone song started to play, and you were just sitting there like, oh yeah, baby. This was a labor of love. Alright. I don't know. I feel like I'm messing it up again with the muzzle. Let me drop a piece of hair over this. Went off the layer and then started trying to erase things. Alright. Does that look good? I don't know. I might make the middle eye a little bit bigger and draw more at the beginnings of the other eye. But I feel like that looks pretty good. We're going with it. Also, I love that this dude has so much heart imagery in it. A, because he's so angry all the time. And B, because he is actually in love, so that's kind of cute. I like that. Bye, Faz Gang. See you later. Probably. Alright. Also, lunch? Jeez, time zones, am I right? Probably makes that person British or something of the like. I don't know, man. It's late for me. Or late for me. I get up at like 5 in the morning. Alright. I'm gonna draw that back. I don't know how to do emotions. How do you do emotions? I'm just gonna keep this more or less neutral. Mainly because I don't really feel like I do a good job for a snarl. I'm having trouble enough with a plain muzzle, so I'm gonna keep this face kind of blank. Kind of like, why are you looking at me? Kind of. But I am gonna try and get that big tooth to pop out. Alright. We're gonna bump that down. Does that look good? I feel like it does. We're gonna add a little bit of scruff. Furry chin. Alright. This is the second time we're hearing this. Is that too strong of a chin? I don't know. I feel like that's a cute chin. Strong. Guard Sparky. The dog appears in the movie. It was insane. Who knows? Maybe we'll get FNAF hoaxes and references to the second and third movie. I just hope we get more chest references. I'm sorry, the chest was such a big thing, and they had the one chest in the background for that one scene, right? But the chest was such a big thing for a couple of those games before it was, like, never mentioned again. I'm sorry, Scott Cawthon. That was some BS. The chest kind of made me angry. Can I say that? Alright. What do we think? Is that cohesive? I'm gonna warp that a little bit. Make it more rounder. And then we're gonna add the beginnings of we're gonna tone this down, make it a little smaller. We're gonna copy and paste that to the other side. Not really. No, we won't, because that doesn't make any sense. We're gonna make this eye the middle eye. I said I was gonna do this, and then I forgot I was gonna do that. We're making it a little bigger, that way it takes up more space. We're also just gonna drop this back a little bit. Alright, that looks good. Scott forgot what was in it. Scott forgot about it. Scott. I love Scott. He had nothing in that box to begin with, guarantee. It was just kind of, I don't know what would make people angry. If I gave them this box and said it had all the answers in it, and then they never, whoa. Well, that decides that the stream is ending. Sorry about that, folks. My iPad just died. So, I'm gonna finish off with a little chat. I started this off with, like, full thing on the iPad. Normally, I would zoom out and try to get as much coloring and stuff done as possible, but I do not have a charging port in this room that I am not currently using, and I don't want to create a fire hazard. So, I'm gonna talk for a little bit. Feel free to stick around. I'm going to try and finish Coriander tomorrow, because it's kind of stupid that I have started twice. I actually felt like I was getting somewhere the second time, and I've had to stop twice. But, to be fair, I am an idiot who didn't charge it all the way, I guess. I don't know, man. I thought it was fully charged. I guess it wasn't. It really should not have dropped that quickly, but it is kind of an older model right now, I guess. I'm trying to pull up my stream. Give me a second. So I can actually look at you guys. Where is it? There it is. Alright. So, yeah. I'm gonna turn on the brain rot again as I talk. This is a threat. Alright. Look at nothing but brain rot while I talk to you guys. I may stream again. If I do post something on this channel, it's probably going to be commentary. If you guys have any idea of anything commentary related or anything else you want to shoot at me, feel free to send me a message. Ferris, if you're still here, you have my phone number, obviously. Anybody else, you have my Discord. I'd be more than... Oh, now the stuff in the background is turned off. I'll make it smaller for you. I'll make it smaller. But you do have the spinning wheel of death in the middle of my actual screen, so... I'll make it smaller again. I know it. Shush, Discord. Discord's making fun of me right now. But yeah, if you do have anything you want to send to me, you have it on Discord. And with that, I think I've pretty much said all that I can say. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope maybe I'll see you next time. I'm out.